Hi and welcome to this flying pigeon tutorial. If you are a beginner and you want some props, I am going to demonstrate with a couple blocks and a strap looped to shoulder distance. You might want to just use a belt or a t-shirt even to wrap it around your arms if that feels needed. Otherwise, let's get started. So, just an explanation of the setup here. There is obviously a lot of stretches that should be done before this because it is a deep hip stretch. So any sort of figure four stretches you do or pigeon stretches you do before this to loosen up around the hip that is going in as the frontal leg in this balance. And then from here, we are going into this arm balance from a figure four position. Sit the hips back, lean the chest forward. And already here you might feel the stretch across the hip. I'm gonna now show you first with my equipment that I have brought. So hands to blocks. Now with this strap, it's just to support the elbow. So if you have a tendency to let the elbows splayed out and there might be a lack of strength there to keep the elbows hugging in, this is a really nice addition to this balance just to make you feel nice and secure here. So as I come in here, I'm going to put my hands onto blocks. And the first really important thing here, to be able to lean into this position, I have to contract my chest. So I push the floor away and I contract my chest. So see how there's a dome in my upper back here. I'm going to hook my knee on my right arm. So I like to put that knee high up into the armpit. And then my foot, I'm going to show you this way, is going to wrap around my tricep on the other side. Now for me personally, I like the foot to be a little bit closer to my elbow. It might not be the correct technique, but I find that helps me a lot. So I hook the foot around my lower tricep and my knee up in my upper tricep. So hands to blocks, make sure the fingers are spread out wide. And when I now bend my elbows to create this platform for my right leg, which is the one I have up here in a figure four position, to come onto this platform, the elbows have to bend back in space, not out to the side, which is where your strap can come in handy. Now the second thing, or I don't know how many things I've said by now, but another thing that has to happen is that from the push of the hands, contract of the chest, bend the elbows back, and then hook the foot onto your elbows. Now to be able to move into my hands, I have to move my weight forwards. So see how my shoulders are coming past my fingertips. And this is where the contraction of the core gets really strong. So I contract my core a lot. And I lift myself up. So I'm thinking to be as far away from the floor as possible here, coming forward with my elbows, and then maybe I can pick up my bottom leg, and then maybe I can start to stretch it out towards the back and then in. Now, if you saw that, I'm going to do it again, but I have to lean over this way. It does put a bit of a stretch on your wrist. But the reason I'm doing that is because my hips and my leg stretching out towards the back is heavy. So I have to counterbalance my weight with the shoulders, the chest, and the head coming forwards. So it's an even distribution of weight on either side of my forearm here. And let me just demonstrate something that tends to happen. So from your figure four position, we come down this way. Hands goes to blocks or the floor if you don't have blocks. And then what usually happens is, because it can feel a bit scary to face plant over, people come into this and they hook the knee and the foot really well here, and then they sink into the floor. And it feels so heavy, and to be honest, this feels really painful on my tricep too. If I sink down into the floor, I just let the weight of my body sort of, and then maybe I'll be able to lift that leg off, but it feels super uncomfortable. And as I said, painful on my tricep because I have so much weight of that leg onto my arm. There's no help from my core. And also it doesn't feel stable or secure and very unachievable to stretch that leg behind me. So to demonstrate again, let me just get my balance first. To demonstrate again, here, hands to blocks or the floor. When I now hook my leg over, knee up into the higher tricep, my foot sort of on the middle, maybe a little bit closer to the elbow. As I come forward, I have to lift myself up here, not let myself sink into the pose. So lift myself up, my chest contracts, my core contracts, and I kick my foot into my arm here so that I have space to stretch that back leg. And then I can come down. With grace, if possible, and fluidity, we'll see. But yeah, one thing I will actually mention in all of that, this foot, oh my gosh, excuse me, this foot that's hooked over the arm is also pushing into the arm. So I'm not letting this leg here just rest. There's a push of the foot into the arm so that the knee on the other side doesn't feel so heavy. So I think that's it in terms of my tips for this position. Try it at home and many times. What I would say is the most important components here is the elbows hugging in and then feeling like you are lifting your body away from the floor, not letting it sink into the floor. And just start with lifting the leg off gently and down. Once you can hold the leg up, start to stretch the leg back. As the leg stretches back, you have to move your shoulders forward to create that counterbalance. So maybe start with a cushion, a sofa cushion in front of you in case you fall. It does happen. It has happened to me many times. But yeah, keep trying, make yourself feel safe and secure so that you have the courage to actually give it a go. Because usually it's the courage that holds us back, or the fear of face planting, I should say. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.